Okay, first things first, we'll get to Patrick Mahomes in just a second, but first Seahawks and Panthers and Josh Gordon laying out for this 58-yard grab, Kenny.
Jenna, that's why they went out and made the move to sign Josh Gordon. They need to be able to make explosive plays in the vertical passing game, and he's the guy that's a matchup nightmare for any team.
It was also a nightmare if you had Seattle -6.5. How that didn't cover. It was covering all day.
Brutal.
Said the same thing this morning to my girls when I left the house. Cowboys and Rams, Jason Witten reaching back, pulls in the amazing one-handed catch, although some would say sticky gloves.
Some people say I have a gambling problem. If your daughters are up at 2 in the morning when you leave the house talking about point spreads, they're 4 years
That might
old.
be a problem.
That's early. I mean, I respect it, but that is getting them on it early. My God.
Philly and Washington, Carson Wentz throwing a dart to Miles Sanders for the touchdown. Is that where he was supposed to be throwing
I don't know if he was for sure, but this is about Miles Sanders. This is a running back making this catch back in the end zone, keeping his feet in bounds. Unbelievable.
That's about Carson Wentz. That's amazing.
That's
about
Carson.
both.
No, and Carson Wentz put that. He can't walk into him any better. Ain't that what Shay Sharp called him?
Yeah,
walk into him win. He can't walk into Miles Sanders any more than that.
By the way, thoughts and prayers with Washington backers yesterday.
Oh,
second worst beat of the season. Only Arizona, San Francisco's ending a few weeks ago tops it.
Lakers, Hawks. Rajon Rondo fakes the alley-oop to LeBron. LeBron fakes the block on Rondo.
I know this is not.
Folks can't.
I know this is not a real thing, but it feels like Rajon does this once a game. Like it feels like he fakes a pass and he goes straight to the bucket for a layup.
I think he's messing with LeBron, too.
Just a
the
little
fact
bit?
that he did, yeah. He did. Hey, I'm not giving it to you. I'm keeping it myself. But that's the best part about it is they're loving life right now. They're having fun.
More from this.
not?
LeBron between the legs to Dwight Howard.
The Lakers in this game played well in the first half and then just snoozed through the second half. Atlanta actually had a shot to tie it at the end, which you wouldn't have expected with the way they were playing early. But this is year 17 LeBron pulling something out of prime Magic Johnson's playbook as far as the Showtime Laker highlights in the transition.
In the peak of the Golden State Warriors dynasty, it felt they were toying with teams, you know, seeing how many points you get Klay Thompson in the quarter. This Lakers team is toying with teams the same way they did.
Took LeBron about 80 games of playing in the Western Conference to take it over. Sounds about right.
Danny, want to play Draw in a Blank?
Let's do it.
Yesterday, Eli Manning made perhaps his last career start. It was a memorable one. He threw 2 touchdowns, led the Giants to a 36-20 win. Mr. Cannell, the best fit for Eli Manning next season is blank.
On a beach somewhere with a little drink with an umbrella in it. Retirement. You can just see it. It feels like it's all the signs are there. You know, last 2 weeks ago, he's in Philly. His brother's there. His wife's there. They're all sending him off. I think that's the best option. And I want him to do that, too. I don't want to see him try to, find a resurgence somewhere and then it goes off the rails and his record falls way below 500. I'd love to see him right off in the sunset as much as he can.
Yeah, I'm going to say the best place for Eli Manning next season is the couch. I mean, he was a bridge quarterback this year. It was a short bridge because it only lasted for 2 games. But when the Giants took Daniel Jones in the top 10, you knew what it was. Eventually, they were going to turn it over to the kid. If there's another team that's interested in Eli Manning, it would only be to be a bridge quarterback. He's already said he's not interested in that. So I think Eli is going to hang him up after this year.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. He's not going to be playing football, but I think he's going to do something we know he loves, which is autograph signings, maybe nationwide. I saw Candy, he got the game ball yesterday, but it's so weird. I looked online. There's 3 of those game balls.
Is it game used?
It's game used. I'm so confused. But that's we all say not playing football. You got him on a beach, you got him on a couch. I got him at a convention center near you.
A little SNL maybe? Have more time to do some comedy skits with his brother?
Low-key funny dude, by the way.
Commercials,
all 3 of them.
perhaps?
Low-key funny dude.
Yeah, true that. All right, yesterday there was plenty of good quarterback play throughout the league. I'm getting there. Carson Wentz led the Eagles to a 37-27 win with his 266 yards and 3 touchdowns. But Danny, the best quarterback performance yesterday was
Carson Wentz was impressive, but I didn't see him setting any records the way Jameis Winston did with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Back-to-back games, over 450 yards passing, first time in NFL history. That has been done in the first quarter. He was 10 of 12 for 221 and 2 touchdown passes and took off from there. And the best part about it, only 1 interception.
Yeah, I'm going with trick-or-treat Jameis, too. That's what Dick White calls him. I mean, Jameis Winston is one of those players that's just good enough to get the coach fired because it's maddening. There's so much variance in terms of how he plays week to week, but he had a great day yesterday.
Our friend cousin Sal, who does the great show Lock It In, he said the 30 for 30, the Jameis Winston story on this year. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, for a potential first one of that in league history. But while he played really well, I'm going to go with the guy who, in the conditions, against a divisional opponent, kept his team alive for the 2 seed. That's one Patrick Mahomes. 27 to 34, 340 yards passing, so that's 10 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Made the one mistake trying to fit it into Tyreek Hill at the goal line, but in the game the Chiefs dominated throughout. In tough conditions, Mahomes was sensational, reminding people he's still the most talented quarterback.
I was going to call you a homer for that, but it's hard to deny. And remember, Russell Westbrook was talking about normalizing greatness. I feel like we're already there in only year 3 with Patrick Mahomes. We just come to expect him to do that in those conditions.
He has 17 300-yard passing games in his first 3 seasons, which is 2 off the record. He didn't even play his rookie season. Right. So he's done that in really just the years 2 and 3.
All right, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers picked up an important win over the Chicago Bears yesterday. Green Bay jumped out to a 21-3 lead, and their defense sealed the win. They're currently the 2 seed in the NFC. But, Danny, the best team in that conference, the NFC, is blank.
I'll give you a little bit of a hot take, because I think Saints, 49ers are popular. I'm going with Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
Russell Wilson still performing at an MVP level. If Lamar Jackson was not doing Lamar Jackson things, he'd be in that conversation. Pete Carroll's got championship experience. So does Russell Wilson. Adding Josh Gordon with that catch right there was a massive addition to the wide receiving core, which needed some help. Home field, such one of the toughest places to play. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
And as we sit here today, they are the 1 seed, amazingly, right now, this moment.
No, I like the Seahawks too, but I like to be right when I make predictions. And coming into the season, I took the Green Bay Packers to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, and I'm still rolling with the Green Bay Packers.
Don't be stubborn.
Even though they haven't put it all together in a complete performance, I still think this is a really good team. Right now, they're the 2 seed in the NFC, so see if they can hold on to that. But the Green Bay Packers, if Aaron Rodgers can do a little bit more and that defense can pick it up, particularly the Smith brothers with the pass rush to be able to close out games, then I like the Packers to be able to come out of the NFC.
I agree with you on all that, and I think they have the highest ceiling, and I also picked the Packers. But right now, the best team in the NFC is the Saints. Right now, as far as the team that's played the best, I know they just lost the last time we saw them, but they also hung 46 on that excellent San Francisco defense. I think the Saints have the most different ways to beat you, and if they can get back to where they are the 1 seed, so difficult to play a playoff game in that building.
Worried about Sheldon Rankins and Marcus Davenport both being put on IR. That's a big blow for that Saints defense.
2 major defensive lineman losses.
Candy, you're my favorite part of the day. Thanks for hanging out today.
Act like it when you see me.
I do. I just get nervous. I don't know why. Thank you for all that you do. Do it again tomorrow. Coming up, can the Patriots still make a Super Bowl push? That's next on First Things First. Are you here tomorrow?